I'm not even going to waste time with an intro. Stay tuned. One tip for Affinity Designer that saved me so much time when adding effects or shadows or working with strokes. So let's go. So what we have here is two identical circles with the same effects, the same stroke on the inside, and the same colors and shadows and everything like that. The one thing that has saved me so much time, which I'll show you in a second, is, say for example, we had created this circle right here and thought, actually, you know what, we want to make this smaller or we want to make this bigger. Let's do it. So let's hold shift just to keep the aspect ratio as well. Drag the corner, bring it down, and what you can see is that the outer ring, as well as the stroke on the inside, as well as the shadow and the glow, all stay the same size as the circle gets smaller. So we're left with this. Whereas we have this circle here, but we've changed it very slightly. But now, when we again hold shift and make this one smaller, you can see that as we make this smaller, the stroke, the effects, everything goes smaller with it. So that we're left with the actual same circle, but smaller, which is what we really wanted to achieve. Now it's a super simple way of doing this, which is within this circle here, what we have is the stroke for the circle. We have scale with object selected, whereas on the other circle, we don't have it selected. What that basically means is as you scale the object, meaning making it bigger or smaller, you want the stroke to conform to that bigger and smaller. So what we can do is, for example, you can see with this circle, we are still at a stroke 20. And with this circle at full size, it's stroke 20 as well. Whereas when we make this smaller, the stroke itself has gone down to 5.7, so it's calculated itself and decided this is the size it needs to be. But more importantly, with the layer effects, we've also got the same box to tick here as well, so that when you make changes to the size of the object, the effects scale with it as well. Otherwise you end up with a glowy big mess like that. And the same thing with this stroke that we have inside the circle. So with the stroke here, we have it labeled as scale with object, whereas with the other one, which you can see here, this isn't scaled with object, therefore it still is at 20 thickness, which, I mean, if that was your logo and you made it smaller, you wouldn't want it to change, would you? So that's with making it smaller. But let's say, for example, we took both of these circles, copied these, and brought them into a bigger document. Thought, these need to be a lot bigger compared to this document. Grab this one, make it bigger, and what you can see is that the outer rim, or the stroke, is actually getting thinner and thinner, or looks to be getting thinner and thinner, as well as the stroke on the inside looks like it's getting thinner, and you can't quite see the glow or the shadow anymore. Now if we leave that one there, actually put it to the side so it's a bit easy to see, compare it to the one that has the scale with object ticked, and we make this one bigger, you can see that everything actually stays the same. Got the same amount of glow on the outside, the same amount of shadow, same stroke thickness as well, and also the stroke around the circle. So again, if you had to make your logo bigger, you're going to want to tick it. So the big thing that has saved me so much time is as you're creating something, is always have scale with object selected. I started creating something a couple of days ago, and as soon as I created the first few things, I realized I hadn't had it done. Went back, made sure I had scale with object selected on all the different things that I'd made, went back, carried on, and what's great as well is that now I've got this selected, I can make another stroke, and it'll already be selected. So it kind of saves you time having to go back and do it all again. So my advice is make sure that's selected, unless you know you're not going to resize anything at all. Because even halfway through your design, you could think, I really want to make these smaller. You're going to save yourself a huge headache if you just have that selected. But that's it. That's all it is. So I know this is a quick one, but I had this situation with me yesterday, and I thought, you know what, I definitely want to share this just to make sure everyone knows about this itself. So if you learned something new in this video, make sure you give it a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. I'm going to have potentially more quick videos like this as well. If you like them, drop it in the comment below if you do. If you want to, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter. All of those links are in the description below. And as always, I've been BrownBear. Thank you for watching. See you next time.